Hello there, collectors. It's Steven here, bringing you a review of what is probably going to be one of the hottest Super Mario figure, toy, whatever you want to call it, sellers of the holiday season of 2017. The Deluxe Mushroom Castle Kingdom Super Awesome, whatever you want to call this, Diorama playset in the World of Nintendo line. Coming in two varieties, one with just Bowser and a couple of accessories for the castle, or the deluxe set exclusive to Toys R Us with a bit more figures and accessories for those who would need it. There is a lot to cover in this set. We're going to be taking a look at the deluxe Toys R Us set, so let's dig in and take a look to see whether or not it's worth adding into your collection. So as you can see by the box, it seems like they crammed a lot into this box, and they kinda did. You open up the box here by cutting the tape at the top, opening up the flap and pulling everything out, with the figures being at the top, evenly separated, and the castle underneath it. Nice, clean displays here for how everything is packaged up. You also get included instructions, so if for some reason you can't figure out how to put everything together from this video here, well, you have everything on paper. So you can pop the figures out of the little plastic tray easily enough because they're not secured like normal World of Nintendo releases with some extra plastic pieces or whatnot. The tray just holds them in place. Now, this deluxe set comes with Mario, Luigi, Peach, a Goomba, and a Bowser, with Bowser being exclusive to the playset overall. The deluxe version sold at Toys R Us comes with the extra figures. Now, some may have the other four, but we're going to take a closer look at all of them. Just 360 spins and a little bit of articulation testing. And we're going to start with Mario. Mario's in a nifty action pose with his fists up in the air like he's ready for a challenge or he just got to the goal. Pretty simple here, but the paint quality could have been a bit better, especially being released so many times now across so many different waves. He does have a bit of articulation as shown here, but they're just basic swivel joints. This isn't really an action figure. However, for simple diorama display purposes, this is not too bad. I do recommend, though, if you do want to swap this Mario out and get another Mario, there is a running Mario figure which just recently came out in another wave. I think that might look better here. Next up, we have Ouija, everyone's favorite ghost destroyer. Almost in a dancing pose here with his hands splayed out wide. Pretty basic, but these are simple for pre-pose stuff for dioramas, but really, Ouija can't fight anyone, which is upsetting. He, like Mario, features basic articulation with swivels, so if you want to slightly change up his posing a little bit, you can, but be sure not to scratch the paint at all. All right? Next up, we have an enemy with this set, Goomba. Everybody needs enemies, and this is a classic one, so it gets the job done, and it does look like a Goomba, but unfortunately mine has a bit of goopy eye paint here with the white streak. Tough luck, I suppose. It's upsetting, but thankfully these can be found at retail, so I could get more for cheapish to help build up my army supplies. Surprisingly, Goomba actually does have a little bit of articulation. He has a swivel where his legs attach to his body? Head? I don't know what that is, but Goomba can move. And now we have Princess Peach. While her dress is made of a harder plastic, her arms are rather soft, and they can look a little cheap. I've seen them not look the best, and to be honest, I'm worried about the longevity of them with moving around and flaking or cracking paint, but still, now we're looking at the figure. Overall, I would absolutely say she does look the best out of the 5 in this deluxe set, with relatively clean paint apps and so forth, which is nice to see the princess leading over her kingdom. Her articulation is at her shoulders, just swivels. It seems like she has some sort of joint in her neck so she can move her head around, but I'm not too sure on that. I wouldn't push it farther than what I've shown you here. And she has a swivel for her legs where they connect at her hips under her dress. Again, her arms are made of a soft, bendy plastic, so just be mindful of that. Now, this deluxe set through Toys R Us comes with everything that I've shown you so far and just a little bit more. We get 2 extra coins, which is pretty neat because what Mario Kingdom doesn't have extra coins in it? We get 1 smaller question mark block, and we get 1 power star as well, which is awesome for your display. Avid World of Nintendo collectors, young and old, might already have everything that I've shown you, but still, it's good to have more of these generic items. The figures, on the other hand, yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have duplicates. Now the star of the show, figure-wise, we have Bowser. And he's small, and he actually kind of looks like a bit like the SH Figure Arts, shrunk down. Yeah. Unfortunately, mine was the victim of poor quality control. What else is new with me? But the paints, it really isn't horrible, except the shell. Much like the 6-inch Bowser, the shell really doesn't look too hot, with literally 2 different types of greens used for the base. It must just be something in the name of Bowser. And you'll see this a bit later when you see him with other figures. Bowser is really tiny. I mean, in general, Bowser really doesn't look the best when it comes to paint, but this could just be me getting the short end of the stick, and I got something that, got hit with a black paintbrush a little bit too much at the factory. Why, I don't know, but still, it's not really a good thing to show for a review. So take it as it is. Now, he does have some points of articulation with a little bit of a neck swivel, which is cool. Unfortunately, you can't spin his head all the way around. You will collide in with his shell. He does have swivels in the shoulders, and you can spin around his tail. Nothing in the legs at all, despite it looking like there is a cut for some swivels. Okay, that about wraps it up for the cast of this set. Now, how about the castle? Well, it's all secured into the cardboard with zip ties, so go ahead and give it a few snips with some scissors or whatnot that you have. Just be careful to not cut yourself. And then you have to be mindful of 2 stray blocks that are hidden in the castle parts. They're hidden away, like I said, so it's easy to be surprised by them. I was. Anyway, now that we have everything pulled out, let's take a look at those first. The question mark block looks like the small one, but bigger, but no surprise. It's hollow, but it also has 1 blank side. The brick block is the same, hollow with 1 blank side. Why the blank side? I'll show you that later. There's also a small connector piece in there too, which I'll mention later as to how exactly that comes into play. So the castle now. It snaps together easily enough with this balcony. Yeah, all you have to do is slide that into place and you're good. And then you have to snap the front end of the castle into the main portion of the castle and the balcony area. This one I found to be very difficult because if you manage to snap 1/2 in, let's say the bottom half of the front end, then it's going to be really hard to snap the top half in, and vice versa. Yeah, and it's very difficult to pull this front end apart. So if you screw up, you're going to have to find some creative ways to get those pegs pushed back out. Yeah. Didn't really think that one all the way through there with assembly there, Jax. But anyway, once you do that, we're all done. Almost. We also have decals to apply. And thankfully, there are only a few, and they're very easy to apply. The triangles that you get are the white parts of the flag, so that should be very simple. We get 4 of those. The windows, can you guess? Yeah, they're windows, and we get 3 of those. And then after that, we have the stained glass window for Peach right over the entrance. And bada boom, the castle looks much better. Now, if you're like me and you're not very coordinated and you screw up with the decals, don't worry. They're pretty easy to pull off and stick back on, as long as you don't destroy them while you're pulling them off. Like, let's say you bend them. Everything should look fine. The flags took me about 3 or 4 tries to get them perfect. Now let's take a closer look at the castle. The detailing for the shingles and so forth is pretty nice, and the little divots here and there are cool, but to be honest, it doesn't seem like there's much substance here. The castle, well, to be honest, it kind of does feel cheap. As one Amazon reviewer put it, it kind of feels like a glorified Happy Meal toy. I think it's a little better than that, but we truthfully don't really get too much here. It's very hard plastic. It feels like something's going to snap. No real paint details, just the decals. As you saw before, there's no back to the castle either, so you can't even really mix and match it like this is a carrying case, but yeah, at least the front door's open. You can put figures in there, but I wouldn't recommend it. It might scratch up some stuff, and you really don't want to damage your figures. But that's not all this set comes with. The set also comes with a flagpole that we all know and love. The M-Paint application on it does look a bit off, a little dirty, but hey, you know what? That's up close, and for something like this, far away, that's just fine. Now, the cool thing about this flagpole, that flag at the top, it can spin. Yeah, you can see me here. I'm screwing around with it a bit, but unfortunately, it can't go up and down, so you can't recreate Mario winning the level. Womp womp. Anyway, once you have all your ducks in a row, ta-da! Here you go with everything together. It does look pretty nice. And yeah, like I said before, Bowser is super tiny. Now, for those wondering, no, the 4-inch figures do not work well. Nor does the large Bowser or the SH Figuarts Mario. Maybe as a distant background piece, but definitely not here. Now, the best thing about this set is that chances are you have other 2.5-inch World of Nintendo figures, and with those you can create some fun display pieces and set up some neat dioramas. Action figure photographers may even have some fun with this set as well, because there are so many options which are only restricted by your creativity. Now, there's one more thing this set comes with which I haven't really shown yet because, unfortunately, I'm not fully equipped to show it off. This set does come with a new Super Mario Bros. Themed backdrop. It looks nice, but it comes all folded up, which kind of ruins the illusion. So, anyway, if you follow the instructions, you're told to put the command strips included into the holes on this backdrop with tape to secure the backdrop to the wall on the corners. And then you attach the blocks, the flagpole, the castle to the backdrop, and away you go. Now, if I could show it to you this way, I would, but I can't, so sorry. But anyway, the instructions are pretty straightforward on how you are able to set this all up, so if you need help once you get this, follow the instructions. So, buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. So, the deluxe set retails for $40 and is a Toys R Us exclusive. This is what you saw here in this review. And as for a starter kit for a World of Nintendo fan, collector, or for a kid, it's not terrible. Wait for a Thursday with your Toys R Us credit card and get 10% off your purchase. It's okay around there. The standard one available at other retailers is, I believe, $26 and comes with Bowser as the only figure, none of the bonus accessories I showed in the first section, and I believe it does not come with the backdrop either, though I could be wrong. I can't find solid information on that to confirm. Regardless, I'm sorry, Jax, but the Bowser that comes exclusive with this set, it's not really that great. It's very underwhelming. It's small. Yeah. All in all, die-hard collectors will get it to cross it off the checklist, while kids will enjoy it for the play value. Now, I know what some of you are probably saying. Well, it's for kids, maybe, and kids are just going to be happy because they have it. No. You find me a kid who isn't upset at the size of Bowser, or maybe even with the quality of the castle, I'll show you a liar. Me? I thought it would be fun to review and take some pictures of, and I gotta say, I had a blast taking pictures of everything. But at the end of the day, this is not a bad set by any means. This is just one of those situations where price doesn't necessarily match quality. If you're looking to get this, save your money and wait for a sale. Especially with the holidays coming up, I'm sure you can definitely get a good deal on this in the coming weeks or months. Well, folks, that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow me on social media to catch more behind-the-scenes shenanigans and updates. The end card should be popping up now with more hand-selected STR goodness for you to watch, so check out some of those videos. Be sure to check the description, too, to see where you can buy this figure or others like it, and some cool links, like the credits for this video, and other ways you can help out the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.